Hello, Stilly. This is Luke, and I'm just here to let you know how to get to the free software that works for you adding music to your video files that you're probably going to upload to YouTube. So there's a couple things that we need to check out first. One, before we get through all this, if you're using like OBS to capture your video files, you need to make sure that OBS is actually recording in a file type that is compatible with the video editors that you're doing. It usually goes to FLV. And FLV, if you go to outputs here, you'll see recording. Right now I have it set to MP4, but this will say FLV. FLV is like not compatible with a lot of different video editors, including the free one on the Windows. So you'll just switch it to MP4 or another one that you know is compatible that you like. So that's one thing you want to consider. If you already have the file that you want and it's still an FLV file, then you're just going to need to find a converter to convert that file so that you can properly edit it. So with that out of the way, let's get on to the free video editor. So Windows Movie Maker has been horrible, progressively getting worse with every generation of Windows. I don't know why. The original Windows Movie Maker is actually a very powerful tool back in XP days, but they keep taking out features, and they've gotten to the point now that they just straight up killed Windows Movie Maker. It just doesn't exist anymore. So if you like type in here, it's like Windows Movie Maker, it's gone. It was called Live Movie Maker at one point. As you can see, Live Movie Maker, but there's only an hourglass now. Not hourglass, but magnifying glass. So it would actually search online for it, and you actually can't download it if you do that. It's pretty bad. So out of the way there. So Luke, how is there a free video editor on Windows if it's not Windows Movie Maker? Well, I'm glad you asked. So we got to do the very straightforward thing of going to Photos. So in Photos, turns out if you go up here, there's a thing called Video Project. Press it, and you can create a video project. And ta-da! This is essentially Windows Movie Maker. And not just Windows Movie Maker, it's actually almost as good as the original Windows Movie Maker on XP. I still haven't explored this too in-depthly yet, but I'm just going to show you around real quick because there's some counterintuitive things on this. One, if you drag a file on here, it probably won't work. At least it didn't with the files I have, but if you add it manually, as I'll show in just a second, and I go to videos, oops, wrong thing, go to desktop, and I just go to like video files. Actually, where did I store my video files? I know it's on here, it should be on here. Just give me 1 second. Okay, I remember now. It's in my media projects, which would make sense. And let's say I wanted to edit this AMV video. So as you can see, the AMV video shows up here. It's good. If I were to drag that here, it actually would not have transferred. If it's a really long video, it might take some time for it to load up. But once it's loaded, there's pretty much no more loading times. It makes sure that everything you do after that point is pretty straightforward. So yeah, you can add it down here to the storyboard, which storyboard is basically your timeline. And you can add multiple of these. And with that, you can be like, oh, I don't like what happens at minute 3:30, like 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So you can have this trimmed. So that'd be like, okay, that's, for the 3-minute mark, I want this cut out. Done. And then you can go to this one, and then like, let's see, trim, and you have it start at like 3:30. And then, bam. You just effectively cut out that whole thing. There used to be an easier way of doing that in the other one. There might be another way, I just don't know yet. But anyways, so you got like 2 files here. Super cool. Now, you want to be able to add music to the video file. And the way you do that is with audio, which makes sense. And you would think you would press music. Like, oh, I want to add it for this one section video. No. That's not how music works. If you want to add it to a particular section in the video, you actually need to do narration. And then you can import any files that you want to it. So in this case, let's go to my desktop. Let's go to audio. And let's add history of non-Euclidean geometry. And now I can add this anywhere I want. It should automatically be down here, I think. Is it? Huh. Anyways, so I should be able to add that. Is it just not loading? Okay, I see what happened. So where you are on the video is when the music will be inserted, which is actually a pretty good thing. So basically, let's say you're watching this scene, and oh my god, it's really loud. You might want to decrease the volume on that. So you can freely do that. You just have to press done from here. I haven't seen another way to do this yet. And you go to the clip that you're editing, and you can go to volume, and then you can lower that down like a lot. So you'll still have maybe some sound effects or whatever, and you can go back to audio and go back to narration, and the music will still be there. Don't go to the very end of the timeline and insert your music. That will cause it to not work, as I've just shown. So go to where you want the music. So let's say I want it near the beginning. Let's say I want it right here. And it's like, I can play it like, oh, that'll be perfect for the music. So you import audio, and I press the history again. As you can see, it's all here. And I can move it around, I can shrink how much of the music is in it. Just freely, do whatever I want with it. And I can actually decrease the volume of the music to better match the sound effects. Like sometimes you want to hear people talk while having the music play comfortably. I think this song is actually fitting pretty well. Oh, okay, and that's why it got louder. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so what I just learned here is that when you are doing the narration, this whole timeline down here is actually reflective of the entire storyboard. So if I press done here, it's actually in this section here. So when you adjust volume of different sections, you need to make sure that the volume is according to what you want. And you can adjust the volume afterwards as well. So, for example, I could have this be like blaringly loud, and I go to narration. I have that there. Be done. And now if I play, you can hear both the music I added as well as the A and B. And so if I adjust the volume and I lower it down, and I play, you can hear the song I added stay at the same volume while the original file is down more. So this allows you to make sure that the sound balancing is correct and that people are heard properly while being able to enjoy the music and allow it to be a synergistic experience. So yeah, here we go. Yeah, that's all I really want to show you, is how freakishly counterintuitive getting here is and how counterintuitive audio is. But once you get those two things down, everything else is, for the most part, fairly straightforward. So, yeah, there we go. Well, good luck, sir. I hope you have a good one. And there's a lot of things here that I have yet to explore. There's like filter options, and you can do all sorts of crazy stuff. Ooh, arcade, that's actually pretty cool. With the right camera angles, that'll be pretty dope. And you can even add text and everything else. So, hope you enjoy. I think this is actually as good as the original, if not maybe possibly better, with only one exception of not being able to add new sections willingly. Or if there is a way to do that, I don't know of a way to do that yet. Or maybe I just did it. Anyways, yes, enough of me being distracted. Have a good one. Good luck.